Flood alerts continue as we recap this storm and look ahead to some wintry weather over the next 24 hours. It's meteorologist Joe Martucci. Good to be with you here. Everywhere in those dark greens, that's where we are in a flood warning. And you see some areas around the capital region, on the Hudson River itself, going up to Glens Falls and into Ticonderoga. Rivers, streams, and creeks are flowing above their banks in spots. And then we have a flood watch in effect for this lighter green. That is to highlight the risk of continuing roadway, stream, and creek flooding potential until the overnight hours, ending early on Tuesday here. Let's take a look at our excessive rainfall outlook for today. Glens Falls up to Ticonderoga and a level 2 of 4 risk for excessive rain, and we certainly had that with reports of roadway closures due to the flooding rain that we did have here, rising those rivers above their banks. A little further to the west, out to Utica, we have a level 1 of 4 risk, and not as many of those flood warnings are in that level 1 area compared to that level 2 area here. Let's take a look at our flood stage around Glens Falls, and you see that there's some rivers that are in minor to moderate flood stage right now. That will only increase as we go overnight, as the rain finally works its way from the ground into our waterways here, and will continue to rise. So I'm not expecting much in the way of improvement for at least another 12 hours, ending around early Tuesday here across the area. There have been, again, some areas of road closures as a result of what we've been seeing here in the region. Looking at our previous 24-hour rainfall totals, we're anywhere from an inch to just slightly over in Auburn and in Fairhaven, to an inch and a half to 2 inches along the I-87 corridor, and even over 2 in Albany, New York here. So a soaking rain across the region, and one that did certainly bring a few issues with it as well. Now, as we look forward in time, that steady rain gets out of the 87 corridor by about 6 o'clock or so. Then what we have is a weak storm system moving from west to east with some rapidly falling temperatures, and this rain will change to snow, and you see that here in our futurecast. Snow getting into the I-90 corridor, into Interstate 81, Auburn, Sterling, all snowing or mixing at 2 a.m. here. Then as we go into the morning, starts to work its way eastward, and it turns into some lake effect snow bands that will come off of Lake Ontario and blow to around Auburn, Sterling, maybe getting into Syracuse through the morning on Tuesday. And then we're pretty much going to be dry after that. You could still see a few flurries in central New York. Forecast snow to come anywhere from a trace from Ticonderoga down to Albany to 1 to 3 inches as you make your way around Syracuse and points just west of there. So it's a light snowfall for us here. But what I'm also concerned about too is what happens with these temperatures, because as temperatures fall below 32 degrees, these areas of standing water can turn into ice, and that could create roadway hazards as we go into Tuesday. So even though our storm is pulling out of the region, its impacts will last for the next 24 hours.